Hola, me llamo Robelki, soy estudiante y estoy introduciendo doctor en daiquiri damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City!
Yes, New York City is so great that our mayor, Bill de Blasio, you know the guy, that tall guy, has declared war on rats. I know. You think your poverty is your problem, eh? Until you have rat problems.
Wow!
The mayor will spend $32 million to fight rats.
Oh my
How much is the defense budget in Sierra Leone? Who knows? $32 million to fight rats. Now, you know, I have two or three homeboys that I know that if the mayor will give them visa to New York City, they can take care of this rat problem for $1,000.
Wow!
I know they can do that. With a few musical instruments, they will be playing it, my homeboys. And the rats will line up and follow my homeboys around. No, like this woman. I know. My only concern is that knowing New York City rats, I greet them every day when I enter the subway. No, I do. Everybody, if you see them and you say, hi, how are you doing? It may not be a happy experience for my homeboys. My concern is that the experience may be like that of this small boy. Now, someone asked me, what would my homeboys, do with the rats? Where would they take the rats to? Yeah, exactly. Great question. And very easy answer. Across the Hudson River. That's it. Just go to New Jersey and dump the rats. Is that not where Keeping It Real lives? Now, talking about rats that New York City wants to dump in New Jersey. Did you hear what happened to President Donald Trump's son?
No.
You didn't hear what happened to Donald Trump Jr.? No. You see, I am not equipped to tell this story. Let's talk to the voice of New York City, New York Post newspaper. Listen to what they said.
Oh.
Watch. Look at their headline.
Hey.
Look at the headline. See how they put it. Look at the headline. Yep. The newspaper said it. Donald Trump Jr. is an idiot.
Hey.
Well, they didn't stop there. They said dumb. Oh. Now, for those of you who just returned to this planet, this is how it happened. Watch.
Our breaking news tonight, Donald Trump Jr. reportedly told in an email last year that the Russian government was trying to help his father's campaign. That is according to the New York Times.
Wow. I know. Did I hear you say, oh, New York Times, teaming up with fake news network CNN? Oh, yeah? If you ask me, I would say that editorial by the New York Post, the characterization of Donald Trump Jr. is as an idiot that is dumb. It's a very generous one. It's generous. To call the man dumb and an idiot is to paint him, paint him great again. Here is what a member of the editorial board of New York Post said. Listen to this. Watch. Donald Trump Jr. is why Nigerian email scammers keep trying their luck.
Oh!
I'm touched. I say, hell no! How did he go there? Why do they always get Nigeria involved in their problem? What thing concern us? What thing concern us? Anyway, according to email letter released by Donald Trump Jr., he was told that the Russian government wanted to help his father's campaign by providing some bad stuff about Hillary Clinton. Not really about Hillary, but Hillary and Bill, Bill and all his... And instead of calling the FBI, the dumb Donald Trump's boy was so excited that he wrote, I love it. I love it. Now, my take is this, that the boy is going to prison. The boy is going to prison. He is going to be the first Trump to go to prison, but he's not going to be the last.
How will he survive?
Nobody knows how he will survive. He may also be the first person that Papa Trump will pardon. Already, the line is written already. He will say to the country, this boy, my boy, is a tremendous person that does not deserve a place in prison. That's what Trump will tell us. Now, talking about boys messing up. In France, the teacher's boy, you know him, President Marcon, is showing that he skipped some classes. He missed some lessons. Yeah, when he was in school. Maybe while he was doing the hanky panky. When he was doing hanky panky with his favorite teacher. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, his wife now.
No, now his wife. Yeah, but then they go behind the scene. Anyway, in a speech he gave at the G20 meeting in Germany, President Marcon said that Africa's problems are civilizational. And he blamed African women that have 7 and 8 kids.
Hey!
Listen.
Doctor, he has a point.
Watch him and shed some tears. Watch.
Qui avaient leurs équilibres, leurs frontières, leur stabilité. Le défi de l'Afrique, il est totalement différent, il est beaucoup plus profond, il est civilisationnel aujourd'hui. Quels sont les problèmes en Afrique? Les États faillis, les transitions démocratiques complexes, la transition démographique qui est...
I know. Here is my humble response to the man. Africa Melgini. Utolo Wowogi. Waka. Can you imagine that? Teacher's boy saying that our problem is civilizational. It's a code word. You know that? It's a code word. It means that we are not yet there, like civilized people. As if our IQ is lower than those of monkeys.
No.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that, man? He said that our women are having 7, 8 kids. And that's why we are poor. Oh yeah. How many kids do you have? How many? 2 kids. Why are you not rich? Why are you still poor? It's not the issue. What an audacity. Civilizational. Hey. Civilizational. Maybe he thinks that all we do is just dance. Maybe that's what he thinks. That all we do is dance. But look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He knows how to do that. Look at him. Nonsense. So patronizing. As if that is all that we know how to do. Look at teacher's boy. Look at an African just discovered a cure for breast cancer. An African. Is that story true? I've not seen it in any mainstream newspaper. But anyway, we take it. I was so mad at Marcon that I cancelled my plan to visit France. This summer, I said, no, I'm not going there anymore. Instead, I decided to go to Ghana. Now, while I was looking up vaccines that I need to take before going to Ghana, but by the way, why is it that when you are going to Africa, you take vaccines, but when you're going to Europe, you don't have to take any vaccines? Anyway, while I was looking up vaccines to take, I saw this headline, Ghanaian father of 100 wants more children. Look at it. I didn't make it up. The man has 100, he wants more. The Ghanaian father must have told himself, since people like Marcon all over Europe do not want to have babies, they are okay keeping dogs and cats and rabbits. I will cover up for them, for the sake of our species. No, that may be what the man was thinking about. Did I just say species, our species? I doubt if Marcon thinks that we are in the same species. He must think that we're different from their own, So while some people are calling what Donald Trump Jr., the son of the president, did treason, a different definition of treason is playing itself out in Zambia. You know Zambia, where our need comes from. Oh yeah. You know that we used to say Zambia shall be free. Well, in 1991, they finally became free. They opened their political space for multi-party democracy. Boy, oh boy. It worked out for the very few years. But last year, crisis started. Oh yeah. Now they have a state of emergency in Zambia. Watch.
Zambian President Edgar Lungu has justified imposing a state of emergency in the southern African country, alleging that opposition party were behind a string of arson attacks intended to, quote, create terror and panic.
Hey!
I know. This is my question. Why is it that opposition parties everywhere in Africa are always causing trouble? Everywhere. Why? Everywhere. I don't understand it. Now, listen to what emergency room means in Zambia. And tell me if it's not a daily life where you come from. Watch.
The state of emergency laws in Zambia increase police powers of detention and arrest, as well as prohibit public meetings and close roads, something that many Zambians feel will be an infringement of their rights.
I know. Nigerian police, they'll be like, we don't need emergency room to arrest people. We don't need emergency room to do any of these things. These poor African countries, these tiny African countries, they don't get it.
They don't get it at all.
For your information, Zambia is not a tiny country. I'm just saying. Now, to the icing on the cake. Here is a Zambian complaining about emergency rule and what it means to him. Watch.
There is a state of emergency that all the rights are taken away from us. So now, if my rights are taken away from me, for instance, how am I going to live? How can I live as a human being?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
How can the boy live as a human being?
Hey.
Yeah. If the police are allowed to block roads and to arrest people, how can the boy live? You have to be sorry for the boy.
Hey.
This is what I think. I think Africans should come to Nigeria for internship. on just one simple thing: how to be really an African. Because they don't get it. They have it easy. Meanwhile, in Kenya, election is coming up very soon. The closer it comes, the more the tension rises.
Hey!
Oh yeah, it's rising now. Last week, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his running mate, Vice President Ruto, you know the guy, the one that has cases to answer. They went to campaign in Kisumu, a stronghold of the opposition.
Hey!
Guess what? They were given the reception of their lives.
And as soon as he was through, the crowds got more rowdy and started chanting NASA slogans.
I'm sure you've seen that kind of thing before. You're coming from Nigeria, you from Ghana. But it did not end there. Watch.
Things got out of hand after a section of the youth tried to pelt the president's convoy with stones. Police had to intervene and disperse the crowds.
I know. Isn't that something? Meanwhile, the opposition party led by Odinga is drawing huge crowds.
Hey!
Watch. Maisha ni ngumu. Life is hard. Politics is hard. If you doubt it, ask our Nigeria's acting president. You know him, Professor Oshibanjo. Ask him. Pastor, yeah. It has not been easy for him. For the last 60 days or more, he has not seen his principal. They were all elected to run the country, but he's left alone to do it. His president is in London prison. Prison. Also prison. London hospital. Yeah, something locked up. Mind you, not that Oshibanjo cannot do it alone. He could, but there's a little problem. He has to run the country and at the same time deal with the hyenas and the jackals and the pythons all over Sorok. What? I did not say that. It was Aisha Buhari that said it. It wasn't me. She said it after visiting Buhari in London. Were you there? I wasn't there. Anyway, after Aisha went to London to see Buhari, she warned that the hyenas and the jackals running around free in Nasorok, that they will soon be dispersed.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, where's their leash?
Exactly. When Buhari comes back, he's getting into it. That was the only signal. That the acting president needed before he sneaked out of the country.
Hey!
Yeah, the man escaped without telling anybody and went to London.
Hey!
Oh, he took off. Yeah, to visit Buhari. All the time he was looking at his watch. He was watching his watch, looking at the same time in Abuja, Saraki, the president of the Senate, was also looking at his watch. Patiently waiting for 24 hours to announce that since nobody is taking care of this country, I am now the acting president. That was the plan. So all of them were all looking at their watches and make sure you don't go beyond 24 hours. Because one thing we don't want is to have Saraki as acting president. Never, ever.
Oh, no.
Ever. Now, I can tell you that it is a different ball game from now on. Different ballgame. The acting president has seen the promised land.
Hey!
He may not get there, but he surely can act now.
Hey!
His fears are all gone.
Hey!
I tell you, some ministers are gunners. Like that one that threw him under the bus, like this one.
If the acting president, for whatever reason, is not in the country or is not on the seat, for whatever reason, the Senate president is the next in the line of succession. And if the Senate president,
they are gone. Everybody's panicking. Very soon there will be big announcements.
Yes, sir. You will bite the apple.
Things that the cabals have been hiding away from the acting president are now known to the acting president. They are also known to Femi Fani-Kayode. Look at it. And also to Ayo Fayose. Did you know Ayo Fayose? Oh yeah, the DJ. He has 11 pictures. I said, can you just show us one? Just one. Really? One. I didn't know that Ayo Fayose is also a spy master. He's been spying on Buhari. He has 11 pictures. Show us one, please. Yeah?
Really?
Now, here is the report that the acting president gave us on his return from London.
Hey.
Watch him.
Well, I am not in a position to say exactly. I don't have a date in mind or anything like that, but I'm sure very, very soon we'll do that.
Okay. Can you tell us how Buhari is doing? Forget about telling us what you discussed. Can you tell us how is he doing? Listen to him.
Well, as I've said, he's in very high spirits. He's recuperating very quickly. We had a very long conversation. We spoke for well over an hour, and his humor is all there. He's doing well.
Wait. How long did you stay with Buhari? That is the question. Did you say you spent over an hour with Buhari?
No.
And
nothing.
This is the thing. But Sahara reporters, reported that the meeting lasted for just 5 minutes. Now, you know, Sahara reporters, they check their story and check it again and again before the public. They do all this. So the question is this. I saw some of you who were laughing and mocking the acting president for traveling all the way to London, for just 5 minute meeting with Buhari. The sad thing is that those people laughing include men who do not last 5 minutes. Like you. Anyway, so who are we going to trust? Is it Sahara reporters or the acting president? I mean, after Oshibajo declared that last time when Buhari came back, he went to see Buhari and came back to tell us that he's hell and heavy. Is that what he told us?
Yes.
And then later on, Buhari said that he was as sick as a dog. How do we trust him anymore? I have problem trusting him after that. Meanwhile, whatever the case may be, Buhari's coming is good news for PDP. It's good news for PDP. Now they have their favorite target back again. That's what it's going to be. Now, for those of you who have forgotten our once dead opposition party, the PDP was once dead. Yeah, it has come back to life. It came back to life this week.
All for the people.
Yep. One nation,
one destiny.
Yes. PDP is back to life. Oh yeah, it came back to life last week. 3 things happened that brought it back to life. Number 1, the party elected a dancing man as a senator. The man had mad skills. Mad skills that Dino is going to be overshadowed. It's over for the. Watch the man in action. No, it's not just. This is his regular lifestyle. Look at him again in action. With a woman, it's a different ballgame. Watch. Watch it. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that? Yeah. Look at him. Davido has nothing. This guy should be his backup singer.
Oh my God.
Now, the other thing that happened that led to PDP's resurrection was the Supreme Court that ruled in favor of Ahmed McCarthy as the legitimate chairman of the PDP. I mean, finally, yeah. For some strange reasons, Ali Modu Sheriff did not take the case to the West African Supreme Court. Does he not know that he can take that case? I mean, what is the Nigerian Supreme Court? Take it to the West African Supreme Court. Or maybe he's broke. he's now broke. He can't afford that. That may be the reason. Now, the third thing that happened that led to the resurrection of the PDP was something that happened last week in Kano. Oh yeah, that was when the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, paid a condolence visit to the family of Maitama Sule. Watch. I know. Now, that is what I call an apology. For all the bad things they did to Goodluck Jonathan, finally Kano apologized. Look at how they treated him. Look at how they like a star. Even Nnamdi Kano is looking and saying, man, this man has more people, more crowd than me. Look at it, you know. I'm telling you, I'm hearing that the man may run for president 2019.
No.
The man may run for president.
No.
You know, I'm beginning to feel like we are coming back. You know. Now, a lot of Nigerians are talking about restructuring Nigeria. Yet some people do not know what it means. People like me. Now, as a public service, we are breaking it down in this segment we call Restructuring for Dummies. What is restructuring? What is it? Prominent Nigerians have answered the question. For example, Arewa Consultative Forum just came out in support of restructuring Nigeria under certain conditions. It's something to do with hyenas and jackal under certain conditions. Now, here are some prominent Nigerians and how they explained restructuring for dummies. Look at this picture. In a recent meeting between Two-Face Dibia, you know Two-Face Dibia, and the what they call the singer. You know, he's known for something now, not the Igbo. He's known for something.
He has many wives.
Baby mamas. He had a meeting with JJ Okocha, you know JJ Okocha, and Nwankwo Kanu. And the question, they sat down because Two-Face was, he led that protest. Did he not? That protest. Amu don't do, the one he ran away from. Anyway, so they said, you are politically active. Can you help us explain what is restructuring? Listen to what Two-Face said. Two-Face said to them, you see, it's very simple. You know, I don't know why people don't get it. If I could juggle all my baby mamas, juggle them around, and at the end have any as the head wife, that is restructuring. And they couldn't believe it. He got it. Meanwhile, Ibrahim Babangida said that he is for restructuring. I told you that last week. His main reason was simple. Because he wanted to make heaven. That was why he supported that. Okay, because of all the bad things he did, you know, he has to make atonement. Now, but surprisingly, Olusegun Obasanjo, a man who used to support National Conference, in the past, he supported National Conference. He came out against restructuring. Well, my crack reporters found out a sad reason why, you know. He is scared that restructuring Nigeria will be like Tommy talking. You know what I mean? And you can't blame the man. You know? Did you get it? This is above their level. They've not started reading newspapers when that happened. Anyway. Meanwhile, the Alaafin of Oyo, is that not your king? He came out and said he is for restructuring. To him, it's the only way forward. Look at him. Look at the man. Yeah. He bleaches his skin, but you know, he's a fine guy. but the man should know. Look at him again. He said that he restructures his family again and again, moving old wives and bringing in new ones. That's restructuring. That's a good guy, you know. He always had 4 pretty wives everywhere he's going to. How many wives do you have? Anyway. Here is the segment we call Secrets of
Pictures.
It's based on a premise that a picture is worth more than 1,000
Words.
Now, the first picture you're looking at is that of President Donald Trump sitting alone at the G20. There are 20 heads of state, but the man was left alone in Germany. In Germany, yeah, he's there wondering, where did the world go to, and who is pursuing the world? And he's the leader of the free world. He doesn't have any answer. He's like, what? Where did the world go to? The man is lonely at the top. You know, I'm telling you. That's why I don't want to get to the top. It's lonely at the top of anything. Anyway, the next picture you're looking at, you will see this picture from out of space. People in space are looking at this picture. It's Apple Computers $5 billion.
Hey.
$5 billion, 2.8 million square foot office in California. 100, it's big. 12,000 employees will be there working for Apple. Now, remember, Apple has 80 billion in reserve. 80 billion. And these 12,000 people, what would they be doing? They won't be drilling for oil there. They will be using their brain to think of something. Products that you will hold very soon in your hands.
Money.
How about you, Nigeria? How about you, Mama Africa? How about you? Think about it. Now, the next picture you're looking at is that of Dino, Senator Dino Melaye, and Bukola Saraki, you know, the president of the Senate.
Yes.
No, Bukola Saraki just won a court case against Sahara.
Hey.
4 billion naira. And he came to Dino and said, Dino, you know, I'll collect 4 something billion. You know, 4 something billion naira from Sahara. You know, and I'll use it to support media. You know, can you imagine that? Now, being that Dino has been in the office in Sahara, I said, okay, let me tell you, they ain't got the money. I've been in the office, they ain't got it. So stop dreaming. Anyway, the next picture you're looking at, this is wonderful. This is a 50-year-old Indian man who stopped growing at the age of 5.
Wow.
The man is a famous person. People go and take pictures with him in India. Look at him.
I think you are mocking him.
Yeah, no. The man is happy, but this is how Nigeria would have looked like if Nigeria were to be a human being.
Hey!
Just think about it, because people don't picture how far behind we are. This is it. We stopped growing at the age of 5. Just like that. I'm just telling you.
That's the analogy.
That's the analogy. That's what we're talking about, you know? I know. Now, some people write me and say there is no God. God is not, there's no God. Now, look at this picture. You're looking at a well that came out on a beach in River State.
Wow.
In a small town in River State, Ikuru town. God delivered fish to his people and say, eat.
Hey.
Tomorrow, people will tell me there is no God. Nonsense. And they are eating.
Let there be fish.
Now, compare it to what they do in other parts of the world. When the sea washes off fish like a well, look at how they deal with that in New Zealand, in Canada, in America. Now, look at it in Nigeria. You know, a hungry man is an angry man. You know, angry man. Now, last week, Lekki was flooded. Did you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
It was flooded everywhere. But it's an opportunity for some people. This lady decided to go inside the rain and wait and take a selfie there. No, not even a selfie. Got someone to take a picture of herself inside the rain.
Hey.
And she said, I'm going to stay here until my Prince Charming comes to rescue me.
She's slain in the flood.
Prince Charming will come. And did you know how the fairy tale ended?
Wow.
A Prince Charming in a gold-plated canoe came and rescued her.
What about the swimmer?
And now they live happily ever after in life.
Hey.
I'm telling you, every adversity is an opportunity.
Yes.
She just said, I'm going to stay here until I'm rescued by my Prince Charming. And it happened.
Nonsense.
Nonsense. It's time for your
email.
It's time for your email. It's time for your
email.
Wow, just welcome back. This is like throwback Thursday.
You have to switch it up.
This is the olden days when it started. I didn't know this would fit in. After marriage, you know what I mean?
What that's supposed to mean?
Before I got married, I was like this. Now I'm like this.
Afro pops.
Not me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You're taking care of yourself. When are we going to see this man now? This man we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Everyone is asking.
That's the question. That day we will just clear this place.
You will see. Invited.
That day, we want him in the studio. That would be wonderful.
That's
Don't you think so?
Story.
All right.
That's a different ballgame. Asking for too much.
We will negotiate that. And know that some money will make it happen, like taking care of, but you know what I mean. Okay, do we have emails today?
No comment.
No comment.
Every day, doctor.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, our first email is from Emeka in Houston, Texas.
Look at the way she called Emeka. No, you're going to Houston.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you know, like what? That's wonderful. Okay, let's hear that. Say hi to Emeka for us when you get there. Of course.
Of course, he'll be going.
Yeah.
He writes.
Yeah.
Dear Dr. Damages, I so much appreciate what you do.
Wow.
Keep making Nigeria and Africa proud.
Thank you.
I would like to know, how can I donate to help keep the good work?
Wait. You are going to see Emeka.
I think I want to.
You have to cancel.
I'm going to
repeat what he said. You have to cancel what you're doing.
I would like to know, how can I donate?
Hey, people are beginning to understand
donate
our dilemma.
To keep the good work.
Hey.
Not only does he want to donate, he thinks it's so good.
Work.
Yes.
And you've been talking bad about what I do offline. Continue. Yes, he understands.
I believe that the last Nigerian civil war could have been settled on a table without firing a shot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
History could repeat itself if they don't do so again.
That's a good point. Thank you. Not just that he wants to donate, he's also smart.
He's smart.
Thank you, Emeka. Thank you so much. We love anyone who will support this.
Why not?
Because things are hard. We are waiting. Look at tomatoes.
Will you be sending a check?
Anything. We'll talk when
money order.
Write him privately. Don't.
Okay.
Now, as for Biafra and the chances of a war, this is what I'm saying. We don't want people to die anymore.
No.
The spirits of those that died in the last 50 years is enough.
Yes, enough.
So we have to find a way to settle these issues. We should sit down and talk. And I don't understand why some people don't want to talk. When they talk about restructuring the country, it's about talking and saying, what do we do? Who do we yank in? How do we settle these things? People do that every day.
True federalism.
Yeah. Things like that.
We did it last week.
We tried it. Yeah, we tried it. That's how we go puff and other people. We try to restructure things, but Tomato just survived. Anyway, next.
No comment. Our second email is from Dami Emmanuel. Writing from South Africa.
Wow. Everywhere. People
wow.
South Africa. No.
He writes, Dear Dr. Damages,
yes.
Permit me to ask you when you will carry out an investigation into Arik's lies about reimbursing the passengers they kept stranded for days in Nigeria, only to eventually cancel the flight in February. I was a victim.
What?
I had booked them to take me to Johannesburg to resume school. They cancelled my flight after rescheduling it 3 times. Now, getting to them to at least refund my money has been an issue, as they don't even reply to our emails. Is that not injustice?
Wow.
I am willing to supply any information you need about this. Your show could just correct this unfairness, please.
We're sorry to hear that. What's his name? Demi? Yeah, I'm so sorry. By reading your email, we now put Arik on the spotlight. On notice. Not just that our crack reporters will look into this, but also other reporters who watch our show. They will look into this. This is customer service 101. I don't know why Nigerian companies don't get it. By the way, do they still have plane flight? I didn't know they are still flying. I didn't know they are still flying. Anyway, thank you so much. Someone will take care of that. I believe so.
Yes,
next.
All right, our third email is from Olakunle Ajayi in Nigeria.
Olakunle, okay. I know someone like that. You are.
Why not?
Yeah.
He writes,
Dear
Dr. Damages,
yes.
I want to point your attention to a disaster waiting to happen in Nigeria.
What? Disaster?
Hey. Why are you so surprised?
Which one? There are many. There are many of them. Let's hear this. This may be a new one.
Did you know that people between the age of 1 to 15 years account for about 44% of Nigerian population?
44%? What?
What happens when the people in this age group become sexually active and begin to procreate? Kidnapping, thuggery,
population explosion,
armed robberies, suicide, prostitution, etc. will be the new order. And that could lead to the final collapse of this nation. If we don't act now, individually and collectively as a people.
Hey.
Please warn my people and the government of this impending disaster. I will be in NYC from 24th of July to 5th August for my PhD seminar, and would like to come watch your show live.
Wow! Thank you,
welcome.
thank you, Olatunle. Thank you so much. You know, Nigerian policymakers, you una don't hear him. The man just presented it to you.
Wow!
Disaster. And for politicians, remember that our children are coming. That's what they're telling you. Our children are coming, and this is a researcher. If you fail to provide for them, they will fail to protect you from all the money you've stolen. That's what I'm telling you. Seriously. But then he missed one thing. We may also produce another Bill Gates within that population who will produce something that will help us. You know, it's not just totally bad. You know, if you have a Sierra Leonean who found a cure for cancer, what are you talking about? You know.
I'm glad you've admitted. This is his way of admitting.
It's not yet in any major newspapers. I read Wall Street Journal, New York Times. I can't find it. Anyway, next.
It's on Dr. Damages.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Next.
Our final email is from Ayodeji.
I'm just warming up.
Ayodeji in Montana, USA.
In Montana, wow.
We're going places.
Montana.
Montana.
I almost moved to Montana. They said there's no black person.
You're not welcome.
There's no black person there. I didn't know that Ayodeji is there. I would have gone. Okay, go ahead.
He writes. Hi, Dr. Damages. Greetings from Montana.
Montana.
My family is always alert to watch your weekly episodes.
Wow.
You often talk about Nigerians' problem and rarely do you suggest solutions.
This is below the belt.
Though there is no silver bullet for Nigeria's myriad of problems, but you can suggest some solutions, like you did on Al Jazeera, Biafra at 50. You see, people watch. People call the country a zoo, but I call it a jungle because a zoo is an organized environment. I think the first step is to reorganize the country.
Wow.
That is, if our politicians want to change status quo. Expecting more thrilling episodes from you and your comic book.
Wow. Thank you, Ayodeji. Thank you so much. You know, jungle or zoo, as long as you have hyenas and jackals in the place, it's not safe. It's not safe to call it home. But I agree with you that the status quo is dead. The only thing is that we're waiting for the funeral to be announced. That's it. But we have to reorganize that place. The organization is restructuring, is the same thing we're talking about. Think about the laughing of Oyo and the wives he has. He switches them around. That's what we want to do. To look fresh. Anyway, that's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to Dr. Damages at
gmail.com
and follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages
and on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
Now, here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book Lives of Africans Hustling in Singapore by John Pauls. The guy wrote a book.
Wow.
And it says, he who does not frown face cannot defecate. Oh, is that what it means? That's a bad book, my man. But it's a proverb, African proverb.
Exactly.
If you don't frown your face,
that's what
you see how I've been frowning my face here, telling Tomato just wear your uniform and I'll frown my face. That is how.
Today.
Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Anyway.
No, I think you cannot frown. You can not frown your face and defecate.
You can.
Who is this man? Who invites him every week?
How does he come in here? Security. What?
We need to. No.
What does he do? He bribes you guys to come in. Huh? What? This guy forgot that we're still on.
No, he was acting.
I was acting.
Oh, okay.
What? You didn't know.
I didn't know.
How can you be a showman?
I didn't know. I thought you were talking to you. You were not talking to us.
The main cast of the show is going. I'm just to go my ear.
Who is that guy? Sasha!
Hey, take him out!
Sasha!
Take him out!
We have to get better security around here.
Seriously.
Can you imagine that? People taking over
They
the
just
show.
come and go. When they
Hey!
Security!
All right.
I think that was enough for today.
That's enough for today. I'm sweating.
Welcome to First View Luxury Hotel. At First View Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit First View Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.firstviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. First View Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.